Ranjit. Welcome to Math Fun. Today we're going to talk about solving probabilities of events using addition rule. Mayo wearing a green shirt's probability is 0.5. Him wearing a red shirt is a 1/5 probability. And the probability of wearing both the red and green shirt is 0.3. What is the probability of wearing either the red or green shirt? So here we have the addition rule of probability. So first you have to add the probabilities of two events, and then you have to subtract, and then you have to subtract the probability of both events, or sometimes it could be the probability of one event or the other event. Could be like that also. But in this case, it's you just have to add the add the probabilities of you just have to add the probability of the green shirt plus the red shirt. So you add those two probabilities, and they act like events in the scenario, right? Maya wearing it's like a scenario, right? So you just have to find the probability of both of the green and red. So the green is 0.5 and the red is 1/5, and that is equal to about 0.2. So and then the probability of wearing both of them would be 0.3. So if we do 0.5 plus 0.2 minus 0.3, we should get 0.7 minus 0.3. Right? If you use order of operations, right? If you use PEMDAS, 0.7 minus 0.3, you get 0.4. So that's going to be the probability of wearing either the red or green shirt. So basically, we're just canceling the probability of wearing both, so that we can get the probability of wearing either the red or green shirt. We're just canceling that event, pretty much. Caleb has 1/8 chance of watching TV for 10 hours in one day. Has a 1/2 chance of watching TV for 2.5 hours in one day. And the probability of doing either one of these events in one day is 1/3. What is the probability of doing both of these events? So, well, we first have to add the probabilities, right? Like of the events, right? Of the two events specifically. So the first event, remember, Caleb has 1/8 chance of watching TV for 10 hours in one day. So 1/8 is going to be our first probability. And our second probability, which is the second event, has a 1/2 chance of watching TV for 2.5 hours in one day, right? So that's going to be our second probability, right? So we add these two probabilities, right? 1/8 plus 1/2. And then now we have to subtract the event we don't really want, right? We don't really want the probability of doing either one of these events in one day. What we're trying to do is we're trying to find the probability of both of the events, not this event or that event, right? We don't want to do it like that. So that's why we're subtracting that event to cancel that event out, right? So we just have to add the two events, 1/8 plus 1.5, and the probability of doing either one of these events in one day is 1/3. So we have to subtract that, right? So 1/8 plus 1/2 minus 1/3, right? So 1/8 plus 1/2 is 5/8 because if you do, because the denominator has to be the same, right? So 1 divided by 8, even the denominator on the other number on the other fraction should be the same. So 1/2. So you just have to multiply 4 on both sides of the fraction, on the numerator and denominator, so that we can get 4/8, right? So 1/8 plus 4/8, which is equal to 5/8. So 5/8 minus 1/3. So if we were to do this in decimal form, 5/8 would be 0.625, and then for 1/3 that would be like 0.3 repeating, right? So yeah, that would equal 0.292. Yeah, so that's the probability of doing both of these events. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you had a great time watching Math Fun.